Top of the morning, everybody. Eric Solar Box. It's 6:12 a.m. Do you know where your pannier manufacturer is? All right, so when I was in junior high, I had this PE teacher, and believe it or not, his name was Mr. Kupp. You can imagine where the kids went with a name like Mr. Kupp. So anyway, I just found out that Mr. Kupp is in fact related to Cooper Kupp, who just won the Super Bowl. So evidently athletics run in a family. So I just found that really interesting. The one thing about Mr. Kupp that I will never forget is that he had this thing where he would go, no, 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 no. We don't do that here. Pretty funny. So anyway, I like to get the early jump in the morning. Asher's still sleeping. I got to get him up and ready for school in a little bit. I just went in and made more coffee. Maybe you can tell it's starting to kick in. So anyway, what I am up to out here is I am bending metal, and I am pretty darn thrilled with how that is going. Let me show you a little something here. So I've had problems with this machine making accurate bends, and so what I finally did is I dialed it in. And if you know what this is, you'll understand the joke there. So it's a dial gauge. So anyway, what I did is I took two of these that are identical, just cheap Chinese stuff, and from the Harbor Freight, and I made it so that they could be put onto the machine itself. So what's been going on with this is I'm getting a lazy bend at one side where it's just a couple of degrees off, and there's gauges up here on both sides and down here where you can try to dial this in, and if you use the graduations on the dials, they really don't do anything. And basically after going through with this setup, I can dial in exactly how the beam is sitting on here, and also the offset. And the offset is important because that's what creates the radius of a bend. A bend is never going to be perfectly square. So the more offset you have, the more the radius. And so you want to hit a balance where the radius is the same all the way down, and the degree of the angle is exactly the same all the way down. And I have about pulled my hair out trying to get this to where it needs to be, and I have finally succeeded. And this is how I did it. This kind of indicator holder is just an absolute nightmare. The fact that the Western world, it was largely built on indicator holders like this just blows my mind that anybody got anything done, because they are an absolute nightmare. Let me show you something. Here's a modern day indicator holder. This you can put in any position you want and clamp it down. This, not so much. Total nightmare. Anyway, I digress. Let's go over here and take a look at how this has been going. So the chief battle, or one of many battles that I deal with ongoing in this shop producing panniers, is just trying to get the bends to be as accurate as to what I could possibly get them. I finally have that machine. Absolutely, I know exactly how to dial it in. I've had that machine, I don't know, probably like 3 years, I guess. And it's good, but it's also from China. And, you know, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. But anyhow, when you bend a bunch of metal up and it comes out that accurate, look at this. I mean, that is just beautiful. These GN3 boxes are really difficult to build. The body isn't as bad as the lid. The lid is like truly just a step forward. The fact that I can do that at 499% is pretty amazing. But anyway, this machine is just making beautiful bends now, and I couldn't be any more thrilled. So anyhow, I guess that's about it for this morning. I'm jumping in. I've got a huge batch of metal to bend up. These are all just standard cases here. There's some slim cases here. Those are shorty top boxes. These are all end caps, shorty end caps, tall helmet top box end caps. Where are the bodies for those? Should be here. Oh, right here. So I'm doing 2, 4, 6 standard helmet top boxes, 2 shorties, and I don't even know how many sets of side cases. Also 1 set of slim side cases right here too. These aren't pre-ordered, so I just want to have them in stock. Somebody will call and want to do a split set or want slim cases. I'd like to have them already set to go. I'm going to be sitting on stock here pretty quick. I'm hoping by the end of this coming weekend to have all of this stuff built. Oh man, I ordered more hinges and latches and stuff last week. Actually, it's been 8 days ago now. Yesterday, I'm like, man, shouldn't that stuff have arrived by now? And so I go and I look in my email, and they took the order. They never ran my card. They never shipped it. So luckily, I realized this at like 4:45, and they close at 5. They're down in California. So I called them up, and I'm like, what is going on? So I checked this morning. They've now billed my card, and hopefully the stuff is going to be on the way. But I was hoping to be like assembling this stuff on Friday. Today's Tuesday, so I suppose if they get it out today, maybe it'll be here on Friday, but not an issue I really want to deal with. So anyway, Eric Solbox, I'd say for everybody.